You're watching Sinistermoon's Retro Reviews, and I'm a snake. I'm a sooty little snake.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? So today we're going to talk about this thing. This is the Trooper 2 Joystick by Hyperkin. It's compatible with PC, Mac, and Raspberry Pi. I got this off of Amazon. It was a used product, and so they put a little sticker on here thanking me for giving this product a second life. The box is a little bit beat up, and it's a little rattly in there. It's kind of concerning. I haven't opened this yet, but normally this product retails for about 20 bucks. I got it for about 13 bucks. So a little bit of a discount there. So let's open it up, and I'm going to give you my first impressions of the product, and then I'm going to go ahead and try it with a few different devices and see how it performs, and I'm going to let you know what I think of that. We're also going to open it up, and we're going to check the build quality of the device, and it looks like somebody previously really ripped this box up, but that's okay. It's just a box. Who cares? Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. I thought it was broken. But it looks like this actually just screws in. Here's all the wire here. All 10 foot of it. So you're never going to have to worry about not having enough wire, because that's quite a bit of wire for this joystick. And here's the joystick itself. Liking it so far. Let's go ahead and screw the shaft in. It's shaft. Okay, that feels a little cheapy. The actual stick itself just doesn't quite feel right. It's not as rubbery as the original Atari 2600 joysticks. It just feels kind of cheap, and I don't like the space. Like, I don't like that I keep seeing part of it as it moves down there. Okay, so not really digging that, but it might be okay once you're actually using it. The buttons feel pretty decent. You got the shoulder buttons back here. Those feel pretty good. And you got the select and start up front. Very clicky, but they feel okay. And down here on the bottom you got Hyperkin Trooper 2 and made in China. Yeah, and it feels like it, but you know, it also has a little clip down here for your wire, which is kind of cool to kind of keep it in place. No rubber feet. Oh, I guess it does have rubber feet. They just don't stick out all that much, but no, they're there. Alright, and what else is in here? You got probably some crap that you don't need. Oh, a Hyperkin sticker. Well, yeah, I'm glad I got this now. And what else? Maybe a manual. Whatever it is, it's really stuck in there really well. Live Well. That's kind of funny, because Live Well is actually a name of a dispensary here in Colorado, except for they dropped the E, so it's Live Well. But yeah, play well. Thank you for your purchase and support. You're welcome. Anyhow, the first thing that I'm going to hook this to is my M1 Mac Mini, and I'm going to try it with some emulators, and I'll let you know how that goes. Alright, so I've been using this thing for a couple days now. I first started using it on my M1 Mac Mini, and I was for sure noticing some things that I didn't like. I went out and I bought this MacBook Pro, transferred all my files, started using it again, and I noticed those same things that I noticed before. So the first thing that I gotta mention is this thing fucking hurts my hands like no other. Like, it's this fucking design. Like, Hyperkin always has to put these little details on like everything that they make, and I really wish that they wouldn't have done that on this, because when you hold it like this, it kind of like jams into the meat of your hand right here, and it just over time it starts to hurt. And then with the bottom edge there, like you're holding it like this, you see, like, and it I don't know how to explain it really, other than to say that it feels like it's giving me some sort of nerve damage or something. And then on top of that, like the buttons, like they felt okay initially, but when I actually play games with it, oh man, they're so stiff and they just wear your thumb out really bad. For sure adds a lot of fatigue to your hand. This thing has a really long throw on it, so you gotta get like way out here before it like actually detects where you're trying to go with it. Anyhow, I got OpenEMU up right now. Here's Centipede. We'll just go ahead and restart it. And it's not too bad with this, but you can see that there is a bit of lag there. And it kind of sucks because like I like to put my thumb on top of a joystick like this, but then it makes the joystick kind of go back a little bit too far against my palm. And I basically got to hold the joystick like this, otherwise it just hurts. Like, I don't think it's like arthritis or anything like that. Like, I just think that it's just a bad design. And they weren't thinking about like if it's gonna hurt your hand, if it's comfortable to hold or anything like that. They just thought about, oh hey, we put this crap on all of our crap, so you know. But anyhow, it's kind of laggy. It's unresponsive. It just, ugh. Like, let me show you something else here. Because I started thinking, well, maybe it's just OpenEMU. And so I decided to move over to Stella, which I believe is basically the best Atari 2600 emulator to exist. So what I did from there, if this thing will work here, there we go. So what I did from there is I configured it obviously to work with Stella, and it had like its own little profile and everything, which was kind of cool. But the problem is that like when you use this thing on a game like Junior Pac-Man, or any maze game for that matter, it's just sloppy as hell. Like a lot of the time, like I'll tell it to go left or up or down or whatever. I'll say, hey, go this way, and I'll totally press it and it won't go that way. It's just not very responsive. And like, I mean, if you really crank it around like I am right now, see, like I tried to, see, like twice right there. I tried to go right and it wouldn't let me. I tried to go up and it wouldn't let me. See, and like right there, it just missed directions. Like, I mean, if you really crank it, oh, see, and it didn't go down right there. And I love this game, and the emulator runs pretty well. Actually, it runs perfectly, I would say. Ah, man, like, just the directions, though. What the f*** was that? Yeah, I can't even do this shit. Like, this shit just annoys me. And so, you know what? I'm going to give this thing the benefit of doubt, and I'm going to try it on my Windows machine really fast, just to see if, you know, maybe it doesn't really work all that well with Mac, you know? There is that possibility. Okay, so I've been playing on the newest stable version of Stella for a while now, for a couple hours now, and unfortunately, it doesn't work worth a shit. It's just an awful joystick. Like, I like what they did with all the buttons and the shoulder buttons and the two separate buttons here, and you can program all these depending on, you know, your emulator or whatever. But this thing is just overall a piece of shit. And so here, I'll show you a game of Junior Pac-Man. This is going to be the same ROM that I used on the other laptop, on the Mac version of Stella, and obviously the same joystick, so. It just likes to miss directions. Like, if you really get it in advance, then sometimes you'll luck out. And it'll, see, I wanted to go left right there, and instead it shot me down. It's ridiculous. See, and I wanted to go right, and I want to go right. It's like the game, it's like the joystick. If it's a game that is faster, it just can't keep up with the game. And that's just sad. See, look at that. I press. Come on. Like, I really want my thumb on the top, but like, you go from like having very little accuracy to like no accuracy when you do that with this joystick, unfortunately. Okay, I can't handle this anymore. Anyhow, let's take this thing apart because I'm kind of curious to know what's in here. Why does this thing suck so much? I see 2 screws for sure. There might be a couple hiding under some of these pads, maybe all these pads, I'm not sure yet. But we'll start by taking out the 2 obvious screws. There's that one. So, will it come apart off of those? Oh, oh yeah. Huh, so not only does this screw in, it just pops right off of there. Very interesting, and it's hard to unscrew by just that little nub. Wow, that really just comes right apart, doesn't it? Wow. How cheesy. So it's not coming apart, so I'm guessing that there's a couple hiding. Oh, yep, there's one. Alright, there it goes. So here we go. So, it's not a bad looking board, really. I mean, it's nothing spectacular. But what's really interesting is they went with the same kind of like pad that you would find in like one of their TurboGrafx 16 controllers, but it's just bigger. Like, you got your buttons up here. So here's that board again, and I'm noticing that it doesn't want to pop out, so I'm kind of guessing that there's a couple more screws hidden underneath these. Let's find out. No, there is not. Okay, well, it appears to be press fitted in there. It doesn't want to come out easily. I could probably pull it out with a screwdriver or something, but honestly, I don't even care enough. I feel like if I take that out of there, then, you know, there's probably going to be a bunch of shit that goes flying, and possibly springs with these shoulder buttons. And you know what? I don't even want to put that much effort into it. So I'll just go ahead and start putting this back together because I am going to take this back. I see very little reason to keep this joystick. My suggestion would be to get something else. just anything else. Okay, so I got it all put back together here, and I gotta say that I do not recommend this joystick at all. It's a piece of crap. Typically with the crappier controllers and joysticks, I suggest that maybe you buy it for a really cheap price and just keep it as a spare or a player 2 joystick or something like that. With this, I can't suggest it at all. It just sucks. It hurts my hand. The buttons are overly stiff, and it just feels cheap and unresponsive. It's a bad design. I don't like how this just comes apart like this. I mean, this, come on, man. This also supposedly works on the Raspberry Pi, and I'm not even gonna try it on my Pi because it didn't work with the shit on Windows or on Mac, so what's the point? Like, it's just gonna be a piece of shit on the Pi as well. Hey 13, what do you think of the Trooper 2 joystick by Hyperkin? Think it's okay? Yeah, you're bored with it? Makes you yawn? Oh, look, he's trying to run away. Oh, you feel unclean just by having it near you? You sure you don't like it? You sure you want to play with it? You can chew it on it. You want to chew on it? Nothing? Nothing at all. You don't even want to chew on it. Come on, give it a good chomp. He's trying to get away. He really doesn't like it. Yeah, apparently nobody likes the Trooper 2 by Hyperkin.